The first thing I learned when I became an engineer is that when you start with a project, you know pretty much nothing. But you start building prototypes, you start experimenting, and from those tests you start making discoveries. And as you make each alteration and try out each idea, sometimes they work one day and the next day you come in and they don't work. The process that we go through is quite interesting. So we decide on a project and we discover the problems there are with existing products, or maybe there's not a product that does it at all or at all well. So we start with something which needs to be sorted. And then we may have technology that looks as though it might work, or we develop technology that might solve the major problem. And then once we started working on the project, we then realized there are other problems to solve. This one might be that we started off trying to get rid of a big heavy motor, but then we suddenly realized there was a noise problem to solve, there's a heat problem to solve, and there's a balance problem to solve. So we look at all these problems that there are to solve, and we set about solving them. And during the process, we stopped counting them actually, but we probably build thousands of prototypes of one sort or another. It's an iterative process because you must only make one change at a time. So if you've got a prototype and you make one change, when you measure its performance, you know whether the change you've made has made a difference or not. If you make two changes, you don't know which made the difference. So it's an apparently tedious iterative process, but actually it's fascinating because you're making discoveries all the time, you're increasing your knowledge about it all the time. So we quite like failure because failure is interesting and instructive. If everything went right all the time, you don't learn anything.